The Airbus A318 is the smallest member of the Airbus A320 family of short to medium-range, narrow-body, commercial passenger jet airliners manufactured by Airbus. The A318 carries up to 132 passengers and has a maximum range of 3,100 mi. Final assembly of the aircraft takes place in Toulouse, France. The aircraft shares a common type rating with all other Airbus A320 family variants, allowing existing A320 family pilots to fly the aircraft without the need for further training. It is the largest commercial aircraft certified by the European Aviation Safety Agency for steep approach operations, allowing flights at airports such as London City. The A318 entered service in July 2003 with Frontier Airlines. Relative to other Airbus A320 family variants, it is sold in only small numbers with total orders for only 81 aircraft placed as of November 30, 2012, and after subsequent cancellations and one final delivery in 2013 the order book is now empty with 79 aircraft delivered. Development, background. The first member of the A320 family was the A320, which was launched in March 1984 and first flew on February 22, 1987. The family was soon extended to include the A321, the A319, and the A318. The A320 family pioneered the use of digital fly-by-wire flight control systems, as well as side-stick controls, in commercial aircraft. The A318 was born out of mid-1990s studies between aviation industries of China, Singapore Technologies Aerospace, Alenia and Airbus on a 95 to 125-seat aircraft project. The program was called the AE31X, and covered the 95-seat AE316 and 115 to 125-seat AE317. The former was to have an overall length of 31.3 meters, while the AE317 would be longer by 3.2 meters, at 34.5 meters. The engines would be supplied from two BMW Rolls-Royce Branch 715s, CFM 56-9s, or Pratt & Whitney Palais 6000s. With a maximum takeoff weight of 53.3 tons for the smaller version and 58 tons for the AE317. The thrust requirements were 77.9 euro 84.6 kilonewtons and 84.6 euro 91.2 kilonewtons, respectively. Range was settled at 5,200 km and 5,800 km for the high gross weight versions of both variants. Both would share a wingspan of 31.0 meters and a flight deck similar to that of the A320 family. Costing $2 billion to develop, aircraft production was to take place in China. Design phase. The aircraft was first named A319M5 in as early as March 1995, as an A319 derivative with fuselage shortening of 0.79 meters ahead of the wing and 1.6 meters behind. The final proposal was for a 107-passenger two-class layout, and a range of 3,350 kilometers, or 6,850 kilometers with upcoming sharklets. The aircraft's production took advantage of laser welding, eliminating the necessity for heavy rivets and bolts. Overall, the A318 is over 6 meters shorter and around 380 lighter than the A320. To compensate for the reduced moment arm, it has a larger vertical stabilizer, making it 75 centimeters taller than the other A320 variants. Pilots who are trained on the other variants may fly the A318 with no further certification, since it features a common flight deck and the same type rating as its sister aircraft. The A318 is available with a variety of different maximum takeoff weights ranging from a 59-ton, 2,750 km base model to a 68-ton, 6,000 km version. The lower MTOW enables it to operate regional routes economically while sacrificing range, and the higher MTOW allows it to complement other members of the A320 family on marginal routes. The lighter weight of the A318 gives it an operating range 10% greater than the A320, allowing it to serve some routes that the A320 would be unable to: London, New York, Perth, Auckland and Singapore, Tokyo, for instance. Its main use for airlines, however, is on short, low-density hops between medium-sized cities. During the design process, the A318 encountered several problems. The first one was the decline in demand for new aircraft following the September 11 attacks. Another was the new Pratt & Whitney turbofan engines, which burned more fuel than expected. By the time CFM International had a more efficient engine ready for market, many A318 customers had already backed out, including Air China and British Airways. America West Airlines, which had selected the Pratt & Whitney engines, amended its A318 orders, opting instead for A319 or A320 aircraft. Trans World Airlines cancelled a significant order for 50 A318s after being acquired by American Airlines, which did not operate any A320 family aircraft at the time. While Airbus was hoping to market the A318 as a regional jet alternative, laws in both the US and Europe have kept it in the same class as larger aircraft for calculating charges such as landing fees, limiting the type's market potential. The aircraft is powered by two CFM56-5 or Pratt & Whitney Palais 6000 engines with thrust ratings of between 96 and 106 kilonewtons. Launch customers Frontier Airlines and Air France took deliveries in 2003, with Frontier receiving its aircraft in July of that year. The list price of an A318 ranges from $56 to $62 a million, and operating costs are between $2,500 and $3,000 for each flight hour. Orders for the A318 have been relatively slow, but better than for its direct competitor the Boeing 737 Euro 600. At September 30, 2011, Airbus had received 81 orders for this model compared to 69 for the 737-600. The sales pace has been influenced by the strong sales of the Bombardier CRJ900 and Embraer E-Jet series. The biggest A318 customers are Air France with 18. Frontier Airlines, 10. Avianca, 10, LAN Airlines, 20 orders. And Mexicana, 10 orders. Further developments: on November 10, 2005 Airbus announced the A318 Elite. The Airbus A318 Elite is aimed at the medium-range market for flights of up to 4,000 nm range, with a choice of two cabin layouts seating up to 18 passengers, and powered by CFM engines. Comlux Aviation became the launch customer by ordering 3 A318 Elite aircraft. In September 2010, Airbus confirmed that from 2013 the Airbus A318 would become available with sharklets, wingtip devices which reduce lift-induced drag and improve efficiency through reduced fuel consumption. The optional devices, which will also be available on other Airbus A320 family models and are manufactured by Korean Air Aerospace Division, will increase the range of the aircraft to 5,930 km, an increase of 185 km over a standard A318 with 107 seats in a two-class configuration. Design: the Airbus A318 is a small, narrow-body aircraft with a retractable tricycle landing gear and is powered by two wing pylon-mounted turbofan engines. It is a low-wing cantilever monoplane with a conventional tail unit having a single vertical stabilizer and rudder. Two suppliers provide turbofan engines for the A318, CFM with its CFM56 and Pratt & Whitney with the Palais 6000 engine. Steep approach capability. In March 2006 the European Aviation Safety Agency certified a modified control software enhancement to the Airbus A318 designed to allow the aircraft to perform steep approaches. The aircraft is the largest commercial aircraft certified by EASA for steep approach operations. The software modifies the control laws of the aircraft when the steep approach function is selected by the crew, by automatically deploying some of the spoiler panels to provide additional drag when the aircraft is in the landing configuration. It also provides alternative aural alerts to the crew and modifies spoiler deployment automatically below 120 feet on landing. The A318 steep approach procedure allows the aircraft to perform approaches at descent angles of up to 5.5 degree, as opposed to the standard 3 degree for a normal approach. A test flight was conducted in May 2006 at London City Airport where the aircraft proved its steep approach and short runway performance, and its compatibility with the limited maneuvering and parking space at the airport. Subsequently in September 2009 Airbus delivered the first A318 with steep approach capability to British Airways, which as of 2012 operates two such aircraft on flights from London City to John F. Kennedy International Airport, via a refueling stop at Shannon. This stopover is necessary as the aircraft would be unable to depart London City Airport with the amount of fuel needed to cross the Atlantic, given the short runway length at London City Airport. They are operated in a 32-seat all-business class configuration as flights BA001-4, the flight numbers previously used by Concorde on flights to New York. Operational history: the maiden flight of the Airbus A318 took place at Toulouse on January 15, 2002, and the first customer delivery was on July 22, 2003 to Frontier Airlines. As of July 2013, 47 A318s remained in commercial service with 6 airlines. Operators. Apart from private and executive operators, airline operators include orders and deliveries. Data through end of February 2014. Updated on March 13, 2014. Specifications, source, Airbus, airliners.net, engines, see also. Airbus Executive and Private Aviation, related development, Airbus A320 family, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Boeing 737-500, Boeing 737-600, Bombardier CRJ 700 series, Embraer 195, Sukhoi Superjet 100, related lists, list of airlines, list of Airbus A320 operators, references, footnotes. References. Bibliography, World Airliner Census. Flight International, Volume 184, Number 5403, 13 August 19, 2013, ppA 40 58. Norris, Guy and Mark Wagner. Airbus. Osceola, Wisconsin, MBI Publishing. ISBN A0-7603-0677-EXA, external links, official Airbus website of the A320 aircraft family.